The Sunday Times has been following the trail of an elaborate scam that has targeted many victims, taking hundreds of thousands of pounds from them. One of them is a man called Colin Chudley, a 68-year-old mobile vendor from Bristol who died about a month ago. His wife says that she thinks it was the stress of dealing with the scam that killed him. Over a period of 6 months, the scammers wrote to Colin pretending to be a number of different companies. They were using legitimate addresses, they were using legitimate details like the directorships, information that they obtained from company's house, and they managed to convince Colin almost daily over a period of 6 months to transfer money totalling £260,000. Colin did a lot of things that you would expect people to do if they're suspicious that they might be being scammed, like checking the address or calling up the number provided on the letter, but of course it was a fake number, and every time he was put through to the scammers. The scammers wrote to Colin again this week, not realising that he'd died. This time they were pretending to be from the court service, telling Colin that he was compelled to attend as a witness in a fraud hearing to do with the company that he had first been investing money in. So the Sunday Times called the number and spoke to a man with a southern English accent.
Well, yeah, my company will work out. So it'll be the retainer plus any further costs later on down the line. So we would obviously just send you an invoice for as when services need to be conducted.
They told me that Colin was compelled to attend this court hearing by law, and they used a tone that I imagine would have been quite distressing to Colin had he been alive to hear it. They said that Colin would need to hire a legal team, and they recommended one at the cost of about £14,000. After that conversation, I called the scammers again and explained that I'd been able to verify that the details they'd given me about the alleged court case and the name that they'd used as a court clerk didn't exist. They weren't happy and said I was making allegations about a heinous crime.
Are you sorry for taking that money from Mr. Chudley?
When I met Colin's wife, Greta, recently, she told me that she felt that Colin had been let down by his bank, First Direct, which is part of HSBC Group, because there'd been a significant change in his transaction history, and this hadn't been flagged by the bank. Colin's bank, First Direct, told me that they couldn't comment on the specifics of the case because they've not yet received a death certificate, but that they shared their condolences with Colin's family.